Welcome to the weekly Mussar video blog. So I just wanted to give a little bit of an overview. Sometimes we forget, and it's good to hear things that we already know. That's what Ms. Ilse Shorim, Path of the Just, says in his introduction. It's good to hear things that you know already because it keeps them fresh in your mind. So I want to share with you this week. This week I wasn't feeling well for a few days. And one of those days I just wanted to relax and to chill, take it easy and not strain my mind too much. So I decided I'm just going to rest. And I like to watch documentaries. So I watched a documentary about certain aspects of the Jewish community, certain groups within the Jewish community. And I'm not here to tell you about that, but one of the things that I thought was missing in that is that, people were curious, why do you do this, why do you do that? And I thought that they missed an essential point. And I'm going to tell you what that point is, and I think it's very relevant to an understanding of Mussar. And that is that we see ourselves as a combination, if you want to call it body and soul, this world part, higher world, more spiritual, physical, spiritual. And if you don't bring that idea in there, that we're living for a higher cause, that we want to elevate our lives, that we want to be more spiritual, then a lot of things that we do, maybe, are not so easy to understand. So that's a very relevant point for Mussar. I mean, what are we doing here? It's much more than just, well, I want to work on my anger because it's not nice to get angry. And that's true. And it's a very wonderful thing that I control myself from not getting angry. That's a wonderful thing. It's also a wonderful thing to have alacrity, not be lazy, just do things, get up. Oh, very good. These are wonderful traits, and they make life a better life, no question about it. But we shouldn't forget that there's a higher dimension to all of this. And that is, we want to live more spiritual lives. We want to connect with God. And what Mussar does for us is it enables us. Because someone gets angry. I mean, you can't connect to God. You can't live a spiritual life if you're walking around angry. If someone's into desires, food, sex, money, power, any of those things, you can't live a spiritual life. You can't connect to God. So what Mussar does for us, aside from the fact that it makes us better people, nicer to be around, but it also takes our more animalistic side and puts it in check. And when we have it in tow, then we're in a position where we can approach life from a more spiritual perspective, and it spreads over everything that we do. Everything we do becomes a different experience. We're not just walking through the street. We're not just doing our actions. We're not just performing things in a perfunctory way or like everybody else is doing it. No, we're living a higher, more sublime existence. That's an essential point of Mussar. We should keep it in mind that it's not just about becoming better people, which it is, but it's a much higher purpose than that, to live sublime, holy, spiritual lives. See you next week.